We gonna let that blow over real quick. My mic sounds nice.
Check one.
I'm sippin', 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 I'm sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together. It'll be 2023 already and you wouldn't have had a shot yet. And I got my guy in here, man. Fresh from who the fuck knows where, but we gonna get into that. My man Flex. What's up, Fleece?
I can't call it. What's up, my guy?
I'm good, squad. I'm good, squad. Glad to have you on here. You know what I mean?
Good to be here.
The good brother. So, Flex popped up on me today, and y'all know how I do. I put motherfuckers on the spot. But you said you back, but you done been every motherfucking where. Let's start with the background. Let's not jump too far ahead.
Yes, indeed.
Flex, Penwood, right?
Yes, sir.
Penwood graduate.
Home of the Patriots.
Met you at MSU. Whole lot of squad shit.
Whole lot of gang shit.
And then after college, you became a world traveler.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
So, you know what I mean? Little breakdown.
That's
Where we been since college with you and your endeavors and your career and stuff like that?
Man.
Businesses. You've done a lot.
Man, it's going to be a lot of editing in this one.
Nah,
No,
man. Just keep it G. You know how to talk.
All over the place, man. On the East Coast, well, Baltimore, number one. After
Absolutely.
that, Atlanta. After that, after Atlanta, LA. After that, after LA, Punta Cana.
DR sprinkled in between each and every one of these stops.
Every
that was the edit.
Yeah, that was the.
That was the edit. My bad.
DR has been like a couple months to a month.
Mhm.
That's like the second home now. You know what I mean? With
Yeah, that's where you go to get it,
like
take a
the
load off.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's, you know.
So, like, what are you, a nomad? Like, how does one?
Okay, all my Dominicanos.
How is one always good? Just moving around, cause you be cool. Like you be telling niggas, come on, pull up, we good. We got this. You be like, you get situated fast. I don't know what it is.
You know,
and I know y'all African, right?
Yeah, of course, West African from Ghana.
So being here was already
from
something for your
Cameroon.
family.
Yeah,
Right.
man. It always allowed me to see growing up as an African and an African American at the same time.
Absolutely.
So it gives you a leg in both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's a good outlook now that I look back on it, because I'm able to bridge the gap between solidarity and how Africans move and establish whatever, and also the culture and how we grow up and how we do things here as far as black culture
And what's normalized
playing
as opposed to
spades
what's
and doing
necessary
this and everything
Yeah.
else, like, because that you're not going to get from the African side.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? But I see the correlation between both. Like, they do stuff that we do here, and we do stuff over here that they do. Like,
And there's things that you can see that probably evolved from lack of
from over there.
we missing that, so we do this.
Exactly. Like simple stuff like pouring out liquor. That's African.
Heavy.
That's African.
Shout out to you, because
Yeah,
that's
I'm
a
telling
Sippin' with Sammie fact we ain't had
You know what
yet.
I mean? So we do that. They do the same thing when they drink. Or you pouring it out for your dead homies. You pouring out libation. You know what I'm saying? It's the similarity in the culture.
And libation is always sacred.
Of course.
Always
Of
sacred.
course. It's stuff like that that's ingrained in us that I don't even think that we pay attention to all the time. You see what I'm saying? But it's all part of, as I say, African American, African culture, because we part of African culture too.
Absolutely. Now we have the benefit of a lot more platforms, podcasts, interviews, where we talk. We're hearing from people that have money, that have been able to go to Africa, and they come back and they say shit like that. You know what I mean? It just felt natural to be there, and that you are that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I believe that in a real way. But I remember years ago talking to you, way before we had all this information.
Right.
And I asked you about the town and the village, or I don't know what it would be considered where your grandparents is from, and you was explaining how rough it is to even get there.
Yeah.
But once you get to the motherfucker,
Yeah.
I don't want to say it like that,
It's like my grandpa.
you got mountains and shit.
You remember that too.
I remember that shit.
My grandfather's from Cameroon, right, which is in West Africa too. So Cameroon, their Cameroon is developed, but in terms of like politics and everything, is real janky, and they have a lot of. Put it like this: Ghana is developed. You send something over there, somebody will get it. You send it to Cameroon.
It's dice roll.
Yeah, dice roll, man, and then they're gonna charge you. You sent like $50 worth of fishing equipment to a cousin. $50 for this, tax $60, $100 for this. And man ain't even got the stuff yet.
$300
or $50 worth of stuff from Walmart. $300 later, he didn't even get the stuff. And then you keep paying because it's corrupt over there. It's a lot
but you're trying to get something through because you like if it get through, then he'll be able to have a business.
Exactly.
Right.
Send a whole what's the other thing we sent over there? Like a tiller to till the land. Sent that over there. It's like you have to break this apart, break that apart. So it's like they don't investigate and then try to go in and see what they can find and everything else. Like all these countries, you got to deal with stuff like that. It's always the little shicey stuff, but your money goes longer and you can bypass a lot of the nonsense that we go through here. You know what I'm saying? Just little simple stuff like leaving DR and she want to go through my bag like she's shopping at a flea market.
Right.
Looking at my colognes. Oh, I can't take this, and y'all selling it here in the shop behind you.
Right. In the airport.
I know the thing.
It's duty free.
The sign says 100 milliliters. You can't take anything over 100 milliliters. And she's looking at, no, you're going to have to, no, I don't. I have to check my bag.
I'm not even buying 100 milliliters of this cologne. You know how much it costs?
Man, gotta go that duty free, bro.
You know how much this 100 milliliters of this?
I ain't ran out of the Gucci or the YSL yet.
Talk heavy. Said I walk in smelling like the man when I walk through.
You know what I'm saying? Benefit of the duty free. Not to mention the white Henny.
So back to the town itself, though, as far as like, I want you to explain the trip to get there.
Trip to get there
because you was explaining to me buses is like vans and wagons, and there's a part of the mountain where motherfuckers gotta push.
Oh yeah, back to Cameroon. So
yeah,
to get there we had, where we going? It's Yaoundé and Douala. To get from Yaoundé to Douala, you had to take a long bus ride, and it's like you think bus couple miles, like 100 miles. You're thinking like a van liner or something like that, like a Greyhound type bus or something like that. No.
Right.
You're in a Volkswagen bus. They took the seats out and they replaced the seats with gym benches. And you're on a Volkswagen van with like 20 people on top and like 40 people inside. And then you're going up a mountain and down a mountain and going through the mountain. In some places, you see everybody get off the top of the bus and then walk behind the bus
because it's too heavy.
And the road's too shiesty. Like you're not gonna get up there. So you see people walking behind the bus, and then you got another bus trying to come, and the road is like this big. I don't know how they make it happen, but
and wheels clearly are over the edge a little bit.
Man,
clearly gotta be over the edge.
That thing was like.
How many times you made this trip?
Man, I made that trip. Well, we had to go and come back, so once.
So just the one time, but the round trip,
man.
And that's the way. Ain't no other way. It ain't unless you get airlifted.
You get out there. Right now, they're trying to partition and separate the lands out there. Because I don't got to tell you, it's the jungle.
Right.
That's when my grandfather was buried. We had to go on a hike. It was like a 30-minute hike through the jungle to get to the grave site.
That's interesting.
Like when I say grave site, bro, it's the jungle. Like trees, like not palm trees and just like big banana trees. Leaves
like Jurassic Park looking jungle.
Like that type jungle. And he was in there, cleared the whole joint.
And that's traditional though.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
Like he was back because
that's a feat. You burying somebody.
That's our land.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So everything my dad has been doing the past couple of years is really to just put titles on the land and make sure.
So when you say our land,
it's like
family.
Our land. Yeah, family land in Cameroon, aside from Ghana. It's family in there you go.
Right.
It's more tribal in Cameroon. So it's like tribal land. Like what do you call it? Technically, he's like my cousin. Yannick Noah, tennis ball.
Okay.
Because I think I want to say his grandfather is technically from the same tribe or something like that.
And that's relatives.
Yeah,
That's relatives.
Yeah.
No, that's ill though. Cause we ain't talk about, we spent a lot of time fooling. We was young. But I never forget when you was telling me about it. Cause I'm like, I'm trying to go, but I don't know about pushing no van.
Look, there, I wouldn't even, realistically, I'll probably go because we had land there and I had to show my face and all of that. But it's family staying there that I know my pop not even tough with like that. He's old. As far as how they go, he's the old head who's in America. So it's like, they're not focusing
They feel like he's removed.
Yeah. But at the same time, when this has to get done strategically and everything else, it'll be him and it'll be his cousin over there that's doing it. But even
And you and your brother now.
Yeah. But even I saw how his cousin was moving over there. It's like, they not, you know what I mean?
They ain't on it like how y'all would be on it.
Let them stay there.
And it's
If
cool.
they there, you doing you over there, I'm doing me over here. Let them stay there because, you know what I'm saying?
So any plans for back there in your mind? Not necessarily, because you said you got both entities. Like, do you have any home motherland plans for your future?
I do. I want to start development over there in the DR on some of my secret business ideas. No, as far as my energy company that I want to establish, and
Because that's a necessity.
farming as well. Yeah, that's a necessity. You need vegetation out there. They need water too. There's tons of places where you have to. That's
The agricultural
one thing that makes
situation
me relate that to DR because it's a lot of similarities as far as they produce a lot of goods in Ghana and in Dominican Republic, you understand? And there's a lot of the similar type of living and everything else.
Right.
Whenever you have those environments, it's easier to pump your money in there and get a larger return because it's going to go way farther.
Absolutely.
Like I could have
But you have to monitor it so much closer.
Oh, yeah. I ain't even going to get into that.
You can't be over here
Yes,
and
yes.
talk about go do.
Yes, flex. I've taken care of this. I've taken care. Look, here's the guy. Got it on the camera. Guy waving to me. Like, why is he waving to me? Why is he not working? You know what I'm saying? Like
Simple shit.
They don't understand. We from a place full of scammers, so you can't scam a scammer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you keep your eyes open to that, but it's shit. 100 people working for 20 people working for like $200 to build some shit for
a day. Shit, I heard you. Might as well.
That's how you get up. Look, man.
That's worth taking the time to keep my eye on it.
Years ago, I was trying to buy a crib in Georgia before I moved to LA. Then I moved to LA and that elevated the ball game. I was looking like, geez, can't get anything under $450,000 here.
Absolutely not.
Even if they are selling drugs in the community and shooting people, it's still not going to happen. Like $500,000 there is like,
You're in the middle of a war zone for $150 in Philly.
man.
You know that.
120, man.
$150 in Philly gets you.
I know.
5 less shots a week.
I know. Love the county for that reason.
Nah, I know. Y'all. And it's crazy because little sidetrack, but I was talking to shout out my man Lito, Takeover Files. I was on his podcast, and he has a lot of people from the Darby Yaten area as co-hosts. And before we did the show, before we started recording, they was talking about would they ever live there again, who still lives there, what they would do to give back what was needed, how far they would actually go to do so, the legislation and the things that's stopping people from doing certain things out there. And I thought about y'all because I got a handful of y'all that's from that way. You got Red, Reed, Black, all of y'all from out that end. And it's like, do y'all see the same things where it's like it's stuff that y'all want to do because y'all see certain things happening, but it's like the control is not in your favor?
I think
because if not, I could put about 10 of y'all together. Y'all can figure something out.
Look now, and see, that's what I was about to get into. It has to do with the drive. Like naturally, we know.
Man,
naturally, we know what's against us. You see what I'm saying? So,
but speak to some of what's against it out there specifically.
Man, I mean,
is it a racism thing? Because I believe the fire department that just got shut down was out that way, right?
I don't know. I'm here, but I'm just getting.
Yeah, I know you wasn't home, But just look it up. But I believe it's some fuck shit going on.
What I can say about the agenda, or like I guess you could say the mind frame. Yes, it is always a lot, because it's a heavily mixed area. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to deal with that. Growing up, you see a lot of racism there. When my folks first moved there, I used to cry because I wanted to go back to West.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? See the block, Ice Cream Man coming, Miss what's the name over here, Mr. Whatchamacallum's over here, my homies over here.
You see the neighborhood on your way home.
Exactly. And it's
everybody
like,
outside. Oh, I'm coming. I'll be right back.
You used to go there back in the day when I was young and they first moved there. It was quiet. Like, now that I look at it through growing eyes, it's like,
that was better.
Yeah, of course. It's fucking
for your development.
Way better. Right. Thank God for that.
I'm from Mount Airy. You know, I know.
Thank God for that. Exactly. Same thing. If you had to come down here, you was out. You know what I'm saying? Compared to, it would have been a different ball game.
But when niggas used to grind us up, I used to be like, man, I like having trees and grass and hear crickets sometimes, like the birds and shit. Like, that shit kind of cool. Like, I don't know why y'all niggas hate. I'm like, I come party with y'all, but I definitely like sitting on my step at midnight and don't hear shit.
And don't hear nothing.
And them days is over, but that's how I grew up for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So about my teenage years, it started getting louder around there. But at first, it was like, man, listen, this is like being at Jamaica.
Yeah.
When you in Philly.
It's like you was appreciating the piece before you could really appreciate. No, I'm trying to go over here and where I can hear stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And for years, like growing up, I wasn't comfortable not hearing cars.
Because you were so used to it. You slept by that shit.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It lets you know that, like, it feels like where you're at is alive. You know what I'm saying?
That I noticed about
cars
my
and
homies.
ambulances, all of that.
When I was growing up, you know, you had homies come to your crib, spend the night, or go to house parties together, and y'all ride together. And I never was good at sleeping in cars.
Right.
And I never was good at sleeping in loud environments unless it was my house. Like, I could sleep in the middle of a house party in my house,
right,
under the living room table, and be cool,
right.
But outside of that, I'm too anxious. Like, it was too much for me.
Yeah.
And I would go stay with my homies or be in the car with them, and they would be knocked out. And I used to be like, yo, these motherfuckers sleep through anything. And then I would go stay with them, and it'd be the middle of the summer. And it's 90 degrees, and all the windows is open. There ain't no air conditioning in the kids' rooms. And all you hear all night is action. All fucking night. Exactly. And then I realized, like, damn. And then I thought back on my homie from my grandma's block, because that came over one time, and he couldn't sleep because it was too fucking quiet. We damn near had to take him back to West Philly 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
That was like me in Georgia, yo. When I first got out there, like, because even Atlanta in the city, like, it gets quiet, where it's like quieter areas here and there. In the city, my folks weren't even in the city. They're out here, like, all the way out there, like Ross and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's mad quiet. Somebody shoot a gun, nobody coming. You hear that sometimes because they just it's people out there that got bread, they just wilding in their backyard and
drinking, showing off their new toilet.
Because you got a room and you got a crib and it's this, that, and the third. What you call it? I want to say Boosie stay out there too or something like that.
That's crazy.
Quietly. It was funny. I was like, yo.
You done made him hot.
Random, excuse me.
You done made the nigga hot.
Name drop, but it's a couple people stay out there and they join.
No, I mean, and that's the thing, because even like from Lower Marion to certain parts of Darby, certain parts of Yaten, even growing up, and like, you know, my people's from West, so we always roll through them. We got cheesesteaks from fucking the other side of the cemetery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know West Oakland. I told you.
So it's like,
right down,
I used to ride through them neighborhoods. I would see the houses. I would see Lower Marion High School. I would see all the cars. I would go to Darby and Yaten. I would see certain shit. I would see the joint that used to be a Wawa that turned into a 7-Eleven type store. I would see all of this, and I would be like, damn, this would be cool. Like, I like nice cars and driveways. I like houses with pools and shit. I like basketball courts that don't look like ours. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because these are things you look at when you were a kid. And then I realized my dad doesn't believe that the police out here is on his side. And he doesn't do anything wrong.
Right.
And that made me not want to live but 5 minutes outside the city when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wanted to live, like, if I live in the county, I want to be right back into the city cops.
Close.
To be right back to the city cops. Like, I used to feel like that.
That's the similarity. I keep wanting to say up here, but we down there.
Yeah, I know what you
know
mean.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's the similarity to your side and my side. You know what I'm saying? It's more people that I guess care about their surroundings and everything else to the point that they might have a little bit of change. They're gonna pay a little bit of change. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I took from a lot of people on the other side. You know, it's not about make this happen with what you're getting. It's about I want to live here because I want to live there.
Yeah, and that comes with priorities.
I'll make that happen.
That comes with prioritizing and sacrifice.
Right. And
Like,
I'll make that happen. You
my
see what I'm
family
saying?
from West Philly, South Philly, all of that shit. But my mom and dad both from West and Winfield, right? But when my dad moved uptown, and knowing that he didn't want to just blow everything in one shot, we had used cars my whole life, but we always had 3 cars. We always had old cars, but we always had 3 of them. Before he had my sister, he always had a brand new car though. So
Yeah.
you know his pedigree, you know what he used to.
Right.
But he sacrificed what he probably could have had if we lived a few blocks the other direction, so that we could be there.
Of course.
And then when I got older, and he was talking about he started liking Lexuses. And I'm like, yeah, get you a Lex. Because I'm the type, like my dad used to shop for us so much that I bought him all his sneakers because he never bought no sneaks. And then he would wear them on vacation. Like, nigga, you go on vacation for 4 days to a week. Like, nigga, wear them bitches. I'll buy you 3 more by the time you go away.
Right. My
It
pop
was
used
like
to do
that.
the same thing.
So when he started talking to Lexus, I'm excited for him. Like, nigga, do that.
Right.
You owe yourself one. Like, I'm
Right,
good. You
right.
know what I mean? Even though I think, I was still in probably high school at the time. But, like, I'm good. You do your thing.
Right.
This nigga found a Gateway computer with a 40-something 50-inch screen and bought that motherfucker. And I said, this is decent. And we
Bro.
played with it and we watched movies and surround sound and it was cool. And we was learning word and shit.
I'm going to be around the TV more than I'm in my car.
And I said,
I'm gonna be
Dad,
around the computer.
so when you
more
getting
than
the
I'm-
Lexus? He said, that's the Lexus. I said, shit. You know, we could have got a regular computer and we could have been riding some cool shit.
Right.
But like that's just how his brain always worked. And you know, he never needed nothing as far as like material things that I looked at. You know what I mean?
Right.
And even you remember when you met me, bro. Everybody had their own style. Everybody was fly, but I used to like wearing sweatpants and ball shorts more than anything. I never really cared about getting dressed every day.
I give you that. As long as I knew you.
Yeah, I never really wanted
as
to
long
like.
as even when we was wearing sweatsuits, but you was all sweatsuit all the time.
Yeah, nigga, they say I dress like somebody's uncle.
We like sweatsuit like 70% of the time back then.
My man said I wear sweatsuits like somebody's uncle.
You look, you found your style, you embraced it, you gotta own it.
I
You know what I'm
mean,
saying?
you know, like, and it's crazy because I'm so far removed now, but when I was an athlete at one point, and comfort was priority, and you just get comfortable. And you know what I mean? It's like, yo, if I'm gonna have to do anything, or if I'm not doing nothing major, then I might as well be comfortable.
Right.
And
Definitely
then,
understand
but
that.
but you're also taught as an athlete when to get sharp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
make you dress up for them banquets and
everything, suit and tie.
yeah,
with the
you gotta
jersey
go
on and
uniform. You know what I mean?
that was the whole.
So
You know,
my mindset is still kind of like that. Like I don't mind putting on a suit. The more particular, the better. You know what I mean?
Right.
The more attention I can give to it, the better.
Right.
Let's really tear it up. Let's act like it's the Grammys. But
right.
when we ain't doing that,
ain't no need for.
all I'm gonna do is burn this shit and spill beer.
Exactly, ain't no
on
need.
it.
Ain't no doubt. Me too. Like this is most of my thing now. My problem. I got a lot of shorts.
Yeah. Well,
I don't have too many.
you ain't been nowhere
I have
that's
a
been
lot.
cold in a while.
I have a lot of jeans too. I'm lying,
Oh, all right.
but I have a lot of shorts.
I had to buy a lot of jeans because I started buying so many sweatsuits and shit that jeans changed. And I was like, oh, I like all the new jeans. I need to get some of them.
Yeah, love the slim fit, man. The slimmer the better. And that joint looking like Prince,
And they're looking like Wiz Khalifa.
feeling free. I was like, what is you talking about? Like, man, they're freeing. I heard Wiz talk about that.
No, he did say
They're
that.
freeing when you put them on.
I heard him say that.
Like, what are you talking about? Until I got some on, they ultra like, yo, you feel them like the man when you add them joints on for some reason. I don't get it. But shout out to Slim Jeans.
I'll let you shout him out. But I was just... Because you the bear. Niggas don't know. This Slim Flex. You the bear.
Not as
So now you wear the slimmies.
trying to shave off a couple more pounds, but yeah, man. Times you gotta get right for the times, man.
Now, something I always ask people when they
Gotta
on
get
here
right.
that's from squad. What did you benefit from? What do you think you gained from your MSU experience and squad in general?
From all right, a correlation of both my MSU experience. One thing I learned going to the HBCU,
Mm-hmm.
they put you in position to really fish for yourself
Absolutely. My aunt told me that before I ever went to college.
and understand that you're going to have to fish for yourself.
They're not gonna give you nothing you want, but they'll make sure you got what you need.
You understand?
Mhm.
And it also, being in that situation, it always, one of the things my pop always says, you start something, you finish it. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it put me
Shout
in
out
a
to Pops, man. He keep coming
shout
up.
out, yeah, definitely.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
OG,
my
man.
pops. And we don't exchange a lot of frivolous words whenever we talk. It's meaningful, and we had a long route, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm thankful for what he's taught me and still teaches me without talking about it most of the time.
I heard
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
You ain't talked enough.
So, yeah, shout out to Pops. But it teaches you, or has taught me, to fish for yourself and never get comfortable.
Mm.
Another thing that he's taught me.
Mm.
So, anytime that you do get comfortable, you realize that it's a change that needs to be made.
Mm.
You understand?
I like that. I
So,
like that.
you know, some things I take with me to my day to day. It gets me, boosts my completion rate on what I want to do
Right.
in life, rather than well, like I said, boost my completion rate. Just knowing that.
And as far as squad,
As far as squad, just always look out for your people. That, like, regardless of, I asked myself, where would you draw the line a while ago? Where would you draw the line? If you treat everybody decent, where would you draw the line between, like, family and friends and everything else and shit if you treat everybody decent? But the whole thing is you got to treat everybody decent, and those that are on that level, you know when and where to escalate it to get those extra credits to family, and you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
That you wouldn't get to those other people.
Right.
So the whole thing is just be positive and treat everybody decent. You know what I'm saying? The more you follow that in life, is sapient as you know, like on some regular shit. That sounds like that's the key to it all. Like, and you just gotta keep your vision in mind, but very rarely do it for yourself.
So you done been every motherfucking where and lived there.
Mm-hmm.
You done been able to figure out a lot of different ways of life. A lot of
love take you a lot of places, bro.
a lot of different ways that people's mindsets work in different cultures
Mm-hmm.
or different regions, even because of, you know, what everybody has to face with. It's what opportunities and what circumstances everybody's faced with daily, right? So with all of that, where do you want to plant roots? Not necessarily literally as in a place, but in life. Like where does this lead you as a mindset? Is like, what do you add on to your life or to the world within what you've learned through all of this traveling and elbow rubbing and cigar smoking and martini,
Yeah.
rum tasting? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where does that
Lot of
land you?
mojito
Because
tasting.
most niggas would be running to the next island. Like, you know what? I'm gonna make 20,000 and you probably got 20 grand out. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Not to count your pocket, but like, motherfuckers would be looking for their next out.
No, I ain't seen it all.
I heard
I
that.
still got more time. I can't right now I couldn't say that. There ain't no way to really tell or know. But I know there's tons of other places I haven't seen yet. I know the more conversations I have outside of here with different people from other places, like one night, like many nights, end up talking like homie will be Dominican, he's Polish, he's Russian, he's Ukrainian, he's Venezuelan, like all of us just tying in on everything. Like that shit to me is just like dope because it's different perspectives. Like they don't understand like what goes on here.
Right.
They see it on TV and they don't really get a clear idea.
Because all they getting is an overview.
Exactly.
There's nothing that leads up to it. There's nothing that comes out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
America's perfect, but why black people going through it over there?
Right.
America's
and they're
perfect,
clueless.
but they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the news flash is a lot of them do know. And the crazy part is they know more about us and the politics that are going on.
I think they know from the experience from where they're from, but I think America is placed on a pedestal, which makes them think we wouldn't.
Which we're put on a pedestal here, which makes them key into it more.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the same tools that we have to investigate, so they investigate and they learn too.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at the social media and they see us and they see everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they're able to disagree too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
That's like a lot of just like the whole Republican situation. Like, man, the speech is crazy.
Yep.
The speech is nuts.
Yep.
I'm not going to deny that. It's nuts.
Yep.
But the benefits are way more fruitful.
If you willing to read the script.
Yeah. Especially if you're willing to read the script, they're like 10 times even more fruitful. Like, you know
and that's
I mean?
Crazy, but I mean,
it's nonsense. To me, it's like at the end of the day, they're capitalizing off of ignorance.
Absolutely.
Which is the part that you can't stand on. Like,
and I mean, we know that a majority of the people in this country
don't stand on my pockets being crushed.
No, but don't stand on. Don't make everything about money ever.
No,
in a country that we put on a pedestal.
It can't.
You see what I'm saying?
It can't.
But one thing I thought about when you were saying your answer to my last question, I'm thinking like, so he like flex like Magellan or somebody. I think that's the guy name. But then I thought about it even further. Said from culturally, you know of a lot of different figures.
Right.
From whether it's somebody tribe worthy, historical, or just somebody that you learned about in your travels. Who's somebody that is legendary in your mind that you would compare your energy and your personality to?
My energy to
your mindset. You know, some people are Garveyites and you know stuff like that. But like, who would you think like your mentality lines up with? Not directly, but you know, within a sense.
I mean, it's tons of. Garvey was cool.
Yeah, Garvey's great.
He would run down all the Malcolm and Martins and everything that everybody knows.
Yeah, but somebody personally that said something or that lived something that stuck out to you that wasn't what they fed us. That's a good question. I might keep that. But I thought about it because you be around like
the crazy thing.
You like a nigga that seen all the museums.
Yeah, and
like
and none
national
of the
treasure.
None of the museum motherfuckers even come to mind when I think. Right
and that's
now.
what I'm saying.
I would say Bill Cosby.
And
that's problematic. I know.
No, but that's fine. Why though? Explain why. Yeah.
Besides enhancing sense of self as a black man when you're young and you're watching and reading not reading Rambo. What's this?
The I Spies and all of that shit.
Not I Spy. You know the other joint with the coloring, not the coloring. He was drawing.
Yeah, it was called I can't remember. Go ahead.
Anyway, but on the show, it was like that's why I know some power is at hand. I'm not gonna look. I don't know what he was doing. Everything. We're not even gonna get into that.
Right.
But I'm just gonna focus on the good out of the situation.
Right.
You put forth a healthy black family dynamic when none existed on TV, really.
Right.
Healthy and thriving.
Absolutely.
black family dynamic. Besides that, you always had a lesson on the show and on Fat Album when you watch Fat Album.
Absolutely.
It was always built out of humor. Like, that's sort of my whole thing. Like, you can use humor to or physical engagement as far as like once you catch interest to always display your point and then put people. I used to use them when I was teaching all the time. You catch the kids and in a joke or something or a show. Used to shmoney dance on the horrible test papers or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid, yo.
So it's like you gotta engage. Once you engage, you can you have a easier ear to accept what you're conveying. I guess you know what I'm saying.
I've always compared my father's style of, I guess, teaching me or rearing me to Cosby on the show.
Mm-hmm.
My dad always had an example or a story or he would make you think, and you were never able to give an excuse. You always had to have a reason.
Right.
And I think a lot of people in society, but definitely in our generation, because I had conversations for a living now,
Right.
don't know the difference between an excuse and a reason.
Right.
And it seems fundamental, but so many things fall apart based on the fact that that's not normal. It's not common as you would want it to be. You see what I'm saying? And I think that he kind of taught me that. And you've seen me wild out, and you've seen me reason, and you've seen me delegate.
Yeah.
And you see that my style is never forceful unless it's wilding out. You
True.
see what I'm saying?
True.
I might not be as humorous as your approach, but I always try to give somebody something to look at outside of the fact that you're talking to me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
take me out of it.
Right.
This still stands alone.
Right.
So how do I do that without saying, because I feel this type of way because of this, that, and third? You know what I mean? Just like sometimes you gotta tell your friend, like, bro, this been going on, that happened, this happened to you, this happened to you. Everybody else ain't wrong, bro.
No.
Now it's not about you no more, how you feel. It's like, bro, just look around you. Like, buildings is tumbling down and you still trying to hold on to real estate.
Right.
You ain't even bought no insurance. What we doing?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that makes it less on you. So I've always tried, and I'm getting better with that. Trust me. Because, you know, me, my temper was always my temper. So sometimes I wasn't as patient while delivering these messages. But I try to give people examples of things that just make more sense or feel more healthy to them.
Right.
Than just my feelings.
It's part of it. Look, and that goes to part of the nature. You naturally, I feel like Geminis want to be helpful like that. Because we understand, we truly understand, even though in a lot of times they feel like we understand. Like, no, we understand. So we're just trying to bridge the gap because we know exactly what they're saying. We know exactly what they're saying because we've been in a situation of A, we've been in a situation of B. So listen to what makes sense in this situation because I see where it is.
If you constantly give me negative credit for being able to think both ways, at some point it has to be positive.
And at some point it's not my fault because you can't.
It is what it is.
Exactly, and that's one thing that I've realized too over time that will save you time because it's in our nature to always do that. But you just gotta look. Fuck it. It just.
The fuck it is harder to get to though.
Because it is that.
The fuck it is probably harder for us to get to.
It is. But the easiest way is to just look for that route in it because is you 9 times out of 10 dealing with us, it's something that doesn't even have to do with us. But it's just that we've been consulted in that thing or we found ourselves in the midst of this. And for whatever reason is really valid, you know what I'm saying? We feel like we could. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you. And I'm about to go full Gemini, really. No constraint.
I'm listening.
That's how you really get there.
That's the play.
That's why Ye is like that because he went full Gemini.
Full Gemini,
And even the way he talk, he full Gemini.
In a lot of ways, I understand that, right?
No, you do.
But then there's always you know, you got them two people on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you worked this fucking hard. You know what I mean? To like, not necessarily conform, but to adjust to be attainable.
Right.
And you know that if you go all the way full Sammie, full Ruger,
right,
which would be more accurate, it ain't gonna be that.
It's not.
You know what I mean? And whew.
But depending.
But 5 Billy changes that. But you know, I'm just saying. But like, but you know what I'm talking about, bro. You know Ruger.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers know Sammie.
Yeah.
So like, it'd be like, I just don't want to go full Ruger.
So that's the, I think as far as us, some different people in life, we have to make that concession to either go with the wave and cause the waves as the waves go, because that's naturally what we're here to do. You know what I mean?
Can I tell you a secret?
Or we can just jump out the gym and just say,
I'm gonna tell everybody watching this a secret. If you made it this long, you deserve to hit a secret.
yeah,
The momentum is going our way.
yeah,
You are now expressing all of your bipolar energies publicly, which
without any social constraint.
Which at some form of fashion we've been doing this whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
The energy is shifting our way. Now we're the ones that's telling y'all that y'all extremes is too extreme, because we understand the boundaries.
We understand the hell.
We know how high and how low you allowed to go without getting dropped out of society, and y'all are learning that the hard way.
Yes.
So, one thing that I'll say, because I don't get into the stars and the moons and the quasars most,
You broke it down.
but on some real shit, society in this country, in this environment, and people that are addicted to these social media platforms and people that listen to the same things and watch the same things that we like,
yes,
you guys are becoming more and more like us than you know.
Exactly.
And you're becoming the bad version. You're becoming the one that's still learning with the training wheels and falling off the bike, and you got more scuffs on your helmet than a BMX rider. That's all I'm saying. And the crazy thing is, you won't realize that you crashed that many times until you get nice and you look back and you like, yo, I was just smacking my head against the fucking wall thinking I was saying something.
And this motherfucker said, you said it back then and I didn't want to listen. We tell you because we understand it. It's like,
now you understand this.
I don't know. Like speaking in terms of the confinement, because you can only talk about what's stated, you know what I'm saying, and what's validated
within reason. But all right, as an international man, what's on your playlist, man? Who you bopping to on the plane, in the car?
Who I'm bopping to,
and who do you vibe to too? Both.
Man, I listen to so much music.
Yeah, because I would imagine you've been you know youngins from over there that I ain't never heard of that's lit.
Yeah, like I was just listening. It's funny. I was just listening to El Alpha.
And he's from where?
El Alpha is from Dominican. I want to say he's from.
From DR.
Yeah, he's from DR.
I'm thinking West Coast, but DR. All right.
If not, he
and
like
what genre?
He the number one Dembo artist.
Oh yeah. You know I did Dembo records before.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kendelo. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, I did Dembo before.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. I like Dembo. It's a good vibe.
Yeah, it is, man.
So he's dope.
Love Dembo. Yeah, he hot, man. He one of the. You see him in a lot of them Jones with Big Poppy and switching chains with him and such. And
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, but
so Poppy is invested. That's dope.
Poppy,
that's dope.
That was that's why I put that. Yeah.
No, that's dope. No, because that matters. That makes a difference. That tells you something about his status. Yeah.
And what else I'm listening to on this side? I listen to a lot of music.
Who you digging in on the West Coast?
Listen to Dirt. West Coast. I mean, always listen to Kendrick.
Right.
I haven't gone through the new joint like I was supposed to though. I haven't done that.
I'm surprised. As much as you on plays and in cars, you had time.
Nah, I know, but I had. It's like I gotta feel it. I listen to a lot of Future most of the time.
Oh, you be on your Future?
Yeah,
you still stuck in Atlanta?
Most of the time. Yeah, somewhat, man.
I was born in Atlanta.
Plus, I just bang with Future, man.
You met Future before?
Nah, I ain't never met Future.
Oh,
Alright, yeah, man, but And new John is. I mess with the new John.
Who you ran into that time that knew you? Who was it? That story you used to tell, and you told him to shut the fuck up. Who was that? Was that 50 Cent? Who was that? Yo? Who was that, yo? Who was that?
I'm trying to.
You know the story I'm talking about, yo. So they get off your dick.
I'm trying to. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yo, that's funny. I wish I remember.
I'm glad I don't remember.
Yeah, because you probably not supposed to say that. But that's hilarious.
I'm glad
you
I
one of the
remember.
funniest people I know,
I'm
bro.
glad I don't remember.
You remember that time?
I'm just a simple man.
And we gonna keep it PG-13. But Flex was my roommate in college before, technically.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And we had a nice little group over one night.
Yes, indeed.
Nice group. And everybody's in their bag, shucking and jiving and drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched you entertain these room full of women for about an hour and a half. And all I could think was, when did Flex start dancing and doing one-man stand-up shows? You remember that night, bro?
Yes, I do.
You was like, nigga, you was my best friend that night.
Yeah, yes,
Like, I'm the nigga, like, if the chicks is here, I'm not trying to talk about that till we talk about something. Bro, you was in your bag of new.
I was.
And I'm going to tell you something else that was legendary for you.
I mean, that night ended with the cops at the door.
Always. I'm going to tell you something else that was legendary about you as a roommate. We used to have cabinets, freezer, and fridge that had one thing apiece in it. And you used to make gourmet four-course meals
Look,
out of French toast sticks, cheese.
Cause the boy.
How the fuck, nigga? I would go to war and eat with you.
Shout out, what is it? Rico?
Who you talking about, Reek?
No, not Reek. The dude on the football. Shout out Reek though.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, but on the football team who was staying there.
Oh, yeah, my roommate.
Had
Right.
the free. Yeah, it was.
I forget
It was Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Something like that. Shout out Ricardo.
He was cool, but we ran him out of there.
With the quiet.
They took him out of there.
Quietly.
He
didn't want to be around.
He
There was a
liked
lot
me,
going on.
but he hated sharing a room with me. But go ahead.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Because they had the Players Palace before we came in there. You got to understand.
Yeah, it was different.
It was in there.
And we came in there on our...
Man had his joint over there. We mobbed out.
We came in there on our cool bullshit.
Mobbed
But like,
over
you used to
there.
make meals out of nothing,
No,
so go
but
ahead.
yeah, shout out Ricardo, who had the freezer full of everything back during Northwood days.
And then he left.
And he ain't care. He just left with a freezer full of meats
Random shit.
and everything. So we feasted on that our sophomore year. I was cooking good meals off of what he left. But
None of that shit used to match.
It didn't.
Like, bro, you
But we
used to make like soup, like goulash for breakfast. Like,
Hey.
it used to be a pot of everything, and then you pull some shit out the oven, and nobody would complain.
No, because it was good.
Now, another thing that
Now it's like I snap my fingers and it's whatever I'm
I talk about you, red and black. I'm out in niggas, all the time because of this, right? You remember this? Remember the morning y'all came from band, and I was asleep because they was in the band, so they used to have 5 a.m.s and shit.
Saturday.
And I'm asleep.
It was a Saturday.
I wake up because I think the house is burning down. I run into the next room. These niggas is in there smoking weed out of Subway paper. True or false?
Oh man.
True or false?
We had
And y'all was playing Chicago.
it was that orange, yeah, because it was that.
And
orange
y'all was playing
Kush.
Chicago.
It was the orange Kush.
Out of
Man
Subway
was
paper.
selling these little dubs of orange Kush, but when I think back,
Bro, we lived across the street from the gas station.
that shit was so different. We didn't have.
I was like,
This
why you
college
ain't ask me
one of
for?
them times
No, we
nobody
was all
probably
broke.
had-
But I literally
You
was like,
already
yo,
know what
I
type
had
time it
$1
was.
for y'all, yo.
I know.
Y'all woke me up. I thought the house was on fire.
I think
You,
about
y'all
it.
really, you MacGyver. I
Yeah.
figured it out. All 3 of
Yeah.
these stories, you MacGyver.
I rolled.
Now I know who you are. You MacGyver. We talk
Subway-
about historical figures.
That
You
was,
fucking
that was 3
MacGyver.
times I rolled up out of that Subway paper.
You did that shit more than once?
Yeah, once before then. I think I was waiting for some money or something like that.
Bro, I'd have bought y'all a Philly. Phillies was like
before I
65
got
cents
the
back
money,
then.
like an hour before I had got the money. The second time, he didn't have no bread. He ain't had no bread, so we twist up out the subway paper before we had to be back before the band thing. And the other time, we was in Virginia during that blizzard, me and Deidre. And some country boy sold me some he sold me some weed in the lobby of the Holiday Inn for like $5.
Bro, you like a lifetime Boy Scout.
It gave me like a 4 grams of some Duke.
Oh,
That
dude.
joint was some Duke Ellington. I remember I twisted that thing was like a cigar full of paper, full of weed. I twisted all in one joint.
I remember
That
being
shit
in
was some Duke.
Myrtle. And this years ago. This when J. Cole was still mixtape J. Cole, right? And I'm blasting J. Cole in the rented minivan with the side windows down. You know, the new joints.
Right.
And I'm in my bag and the young boy on the side. I'm like, word. I'm down on my last. I leave in like 2 days. I could use a little more bud.
Right.
Me around corner. Because we on the main strip. I spin off. I see him round back. He hop in the van. It's just him. I'm sizing him up when he get in. You know, we near the beach. So ain't nobody overdressed. I'm looking at him. All right, we good. Get in.
Right.
Hop in. Pull out some foil with a plastic bag wrapped. You know where this going.
Right.
This shit is motherfucking Dirk Nowinski. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, I was trying to get some, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't on vacation to smoke that.
Right.
We still in America. Like, I'm not on an island. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
Because I've been there before.
That, man.
Especially the first couple days. I've been there before.
That's some of the worst weed.
And then they just say, y'all smoke chemicals. This is good weed. This is regular weed. Y'all smoke chemical. And it's like, bro, I get it. But no. So, look. I'm like, homie. I need some, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get some of that. And this back with loud costs a couple dollars. So I'm willing to spend a couple dollars.
Right.
He like, all right, cool. I got it at my house. Just pull up to my house. Pull up. You pull up in the driveway. I got you. No problem. Got you. Take care of you. I said, bro, I'm from Philly. You can go get it and meet me somewhere.
Right.
But I'm not pulling up in nobody's driveway waiting on nothing. You tripping.
Right.
He's trying to like damn near bully me the nice way. Because, you know, they nice.
Right.
But it's like, he's like, no. And I'm like, it's cool, bro. You good. Just get out right here. Now he won't get out the joint. You see what I'm saying? And I'm on vacation, bro. My grandma, I gotta drive grandma and them back to Philly in 2 days.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm on family reunion time and all that. I ain't down there with the homies and none of that cool shit. Niggas that's gonna stay a few days, bail you out. Like, I ain't with all that. I'm with the family that's gonna be highly disappointed that you was out here caught up in some bullshit.
Now you forcing me to get into tactics.
I had to throw the Jordan Park. Mind you, it's a van, so it's easy to get to the seat next to it. Like it's wide open floor.
Right.
And then it's all of a sudden, oh, no. Bro, the shit you gotta go through, I wish I was a rock star and could just tell niggas on Twitter, like, I'll be landing. Because the shit get weird. And then you around all this good food and you ain't got no appetite. I remember being on a cruise with no appetite. Till I got to Florida and I felt some, goddamn it.
Most
and
of
then
that
I
shit
was
is
good.
trash. That's why I don't
Once
like
I got to Florida, I found a white boy with some dreadlocks. Remember House Party 3?
Yeah.
Remember the boy, you want some weed? You want some bean pie?
Yeah.
I seen one of them on the bus stop. No bullshit. I with my 2 little cousins.
He said looking like the Island Boys.
Yeah. And I done, well, cooler, but you know what I mean. And I done already asked, like, a couple people. Like, we all rolling the dice out here. We don't know nobody from nothing.
Right.
So I told my cousins, like, ask him. My cousin, like, he don't really smoke like that. So he like, yo, boy on the bus stop. He like, yo, you got some flowers? We on bikes. Boy hit him with the flowers. I said, you got a tree, bro? Oh, yeah, I only got the such and such, though. No problem. Give me 2 of them.
Right.
Nigga said, all right, here you go. Shook my hand, bang. He reached in his book bag, shook my hand, bang, gave me that. I said, all right, love. Yo, you sure this? Before I could finish saying you sure this, that, I smelled my cargo pocket.
Okay.
And I'm like,
That's
oh, we super good.
That's always a good
The
sign.
weight felt right in the hand. The pocket smelled like we ain't gonna get back on the boat. We good. You know what I'm saying?
That's always a good sign.
Because these the old days. He said, yo, this bus gonna be a minute, so let me know. Word. I ate good the rest of the fucking trip. But, bro, we took 2 days. You know, it always take 2 days on a cruise to get 2-3 days to get to Florida.
Right.
We took off out of Baltimore.
bought them. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to my cousin because he was about to turn 20, I think, and he treated all of us to that shit like or some bossed up shit till he realized
shout
like
out
nigga.
Shout out to Cuz.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Cuz for that.
So like that was dope, and we had a good time, but.
I still got a cruise to take right now. The pandemic screwed that up.
For 2 days, I had a full buffet of every nationality and couldn't fucking eat, bro.
Oh my god.
The weed be like, you know.
Yeah.
So you always good when you run around because you smoke. I'm sure you don't smoke like you used to because of situations.
One thing about being out there, I was drinking every day.
Compensating or just was what it was?
That. And then it's like the culture is like you go here, they drinking. You go there, they drinking. You over here, they
and it's
drinking,
love.
And it's extra love.
It ain't like
here, drinking there.
It ain't like look over your shoulder and take the shot.
Of course. And it's like people smoking, but the weed was trash. And you coming from Cali immediately over there, like what the hell?
So
like,
you started smoking cigars and shit?
Yeah, I've been smoking cigars.
What you fuck with?
Enjoy a nice.
What's your preference?
Monte Cristo or something like that. The dual blend joints.
You be out there, so I know you done touched some Cubans.
Yeah.
You can say that legally.
Jones fly, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely have.
They get you high? Or dizzier? Or is it just
I say more. I say it's stronger, dizzier, it's way more flavor.
So is it fresher tobacco?
It's like moisture.
So that's fresher.
You pull it, it's like not like that's how you can determine all them cheap joints. The cheap ones they're like barky, less flavor. They pull
and they burn.
Weird.
They don't melt, they burn.
They exactly.
Mm-hmm.
When they moist and they're like fresh,
they melt.
Like my homie Brandless, shout out Brandless. He moved he had a business there, and then
so you can smoke good Cuban for like 4 hours.
Man, I mean it depends on how you smoke cigars.
But you know how like a cigar gonna burn, and cigars are more like conversational.
It's gonna last. The flavor and the taste is just off the chain. It's like night and day. If you smoke, if you had a Cuban or you had like a real good cigar.
Since you back in town,
like
I
a
gotta
fresh
get you around my
joints,
cigar.
like he would make them fresh, like boom.
That's what I like about the new wetting culture. Niggas be having like the hand rollers at the wetting and shit. Yeah. That shit is dope, yo.
Yeah, and then had a water
fresh leaf,
the fresh tobacco leaf. They show you the.
And that's all this nigga do is roll the best of the best.
Dog, that was one of quietest kept. That was I'll say the second or third. If that was one of the best cigars I had, was the one that he rolled for me when I first
when you stood in front of the man and the man did the thing.
Yeah. And
ever since then, you've had one or two that matched up with that, maybe.
No.
Oh, so that was exclusive.
No, I haven't been smoking too many cigars.
No, but I mean,
started smoking cigarettes. I started smoking cigars. Really.
So you gave up cigarettes?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Of course, man. I can't do that anymore.
Why?
It's bad. Sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
Your body feel weird. Your circulation is bad. Endurance is horrible. No.
Does it feel like a real addiction compared to other things that you do freelance?
Yeah. That shit was. I mean,
because when you see all the
smoke this shit now, but it's like it's not as you know what I mean?
Right. But when like we from the city.
Calling.
I ride downtown, the windiest spot in the fucking city, and it's cold as shit, and it's 10 people outside doing this for fucking 5 minutes, about to go back upstairs.
It's not 10 no more. It's like 4 or 5.
No, it's getting slimmer, but it starts looking like, looking like an addiction at that point, because it's like you can't even enjoy that smoke, but you need that real quick.
But yeah, and it's like they don't realize it, but it is in a way. Like
because I fought against cigarette smoking my whole life.
And the cigarette pulling them outside to go and hit the joint or whatever.
It's really like that to a lot of people.
It is.
And I mean, my mom smoked cigarettes, and part of the reason that she like flying, flying is more convenient, but she want to get there, get off, smoke her cigarette.
Right.
She don't want to be stuck in the car with a bunch of motherfuckers trying to smoke or wait until we get to a rest stop to smoke. Like, that's part of her anxiety.
Yeah.
Bad enough she on the road for hours and uncomfortable, and now she can't smoke a cigarette like she wants to. And it's like,
And that pull, I don't like that pull. That's the whole thing, brother.
Have you stopped and went back?
Like the pull. Yeah.
And how did it treat you? Because people say once you stop, it start tasting and smelling bad.
It does.
It
makes you not want to do it. Like for instance, when I heard one of my homies was saying her mom when she comes back to New York, she doesn't smoke in the U.S. but when she goes out DR, she smokes, and I see why.
More natural.
Yeah, like whatever cigarettes you get, like
shit,
paper,
fresh.
The paper is soft like top paper.
Right.
It's just tobacco inside.
Don't even feel the same.
It's not treated with because they have tobacco there. The only thing is they got plants with the names out there that are pushing them out. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a win-win for both of them. But they're completely different. The ones you get in duty free over there, they're moisture, they're soft. The tobacco is fresh. I could smoke like half
that
a pack of cigarettes while I'm drinking it, like run around the block and
that in itself will change you if you get used to that, and then you come back to the States and hit it.
Come here, I was like, nah, I smoked one. I remember it exactly. When I came back, what was that, October? I smoked like a Newport or something. I'm looking at it. I was like, if I didn't see it come out the box, I would have.
Oh, you wouldn't even thought it was
a red box or something like that. But the shit tastes horrible. It tastes like cardboard.
Like this ain't Pepsi. This is fucking. No, this is ginger ale.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
This ain't even cola.
It's not the same, and they put
it ain't even cola.
There's something else in that joint. It was different from just drinking at the bar, stepping outside, smoking the cigarettes I had from there, and you know it burns regular and everything else, and you don't feel like horrible.
And are you somebody that could just say, you know what, fuck that, or did it take you a process?
I mean, no, it was a long process.
You gotta open your mouth so the mic can hear you.
I'm tripping. It was a long process.
It was?
You know, it was a long process, very long process.
Does buying Lucy's help you? Does buying Lucy's really help people wean off of cigarettes, or do they just spend more on packs?
No, I was saying it weaned me off buying them because I used to buy Lucy's, and it keeps you from it just keeps you from smoking a lot of them.
You don't have the availability, so that's a be smarter than yourself situation. Yeah, because you know if it's there, you're gonna burn it.
Exactly.
Right.
And then that's what makes it that's what they say it's a worse drug than cocaine. It's the worst drug on earth because the accessibility is
and acceptability.
They have sick, like you can be in the Appalachians or something like that, and it's a little shop out there with a donkey and a guy
and probably the best cigarette you had all month.
Yeah, some red carton
shit
with
was cold brew
or something like that. Yeah, you do them specials or something like that. But you know what I mean? They got them around the world. Every place has them. No matter. That's what makes it so lethal.
Now I'm gonna wrap this in a second, but I appreciate you because one thing I'm gonna say to the audience, because this is my audience and they hear a lot of my shit redundantly if they tune in often. But one thing I've never said on here is since I was a kid, I've been trying to get my mom, my aunt, my grandma to stop smoking cigarettes.
Right.
To this day, I've never smoked a cigarette.
Good. Don't stop.
Ever in my life, right?
They're horrible.
And I grew up in a generation where, as opposed to my mom's generation where they made it cool, where everybody cool had a cigarette in their mouth and it was the thing to promote. I grew up when they told you that it could kill you. Right. And that scared me for the people that I cared about. Right. I've never been around somebody that I felt really comfortable with the cigarette thing. Like, to the point that it's like, oh no, smoke the fucking cigarette. Why wouldn't you smoke cigarettes? Like, I've never seen that. I seen that with weed. I seen that with everything. I've never seen that with cigarettes. Everybody was always like, yeah, I'm trying to stop.
Right.
Or like, yo, don't ever start. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how people warn you about having kids? Like, don't have none. Like, that's how it was with cigarettes when you was young. And then when you get older, it becomes about kids. You ain't got no kids now, don't have none. Like, whatever. But these are the same conversations. And so this is the first time on my platform that I've been able to have a conversation with a former or cigarette smoker about these things, which we're not here to get super deep on, but you actually was keeping it G and you confirmed a lot of shit. Yeah. And what you said is an absolute.
Lay
That's
off
your
of these.
experience.
I can't
But-
let anything have
Full control over it.
yeah.
Well, see, and I've gone through that with weed. I'm somebody that likes to smoke. I'm a smoker. You know what I mean? But
I stopped smoking yesterday.
when when they say, yo, you gotta pass this drug test to do this, you gotta pass this drug test to get off of this, you had to. Most of the time, I try to do it organically, just to self-control.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like just to, and on top of that, I would add other things.
Right.
I would just drink water and cranberry juice for a month.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would like do like shit like that. I would eat different. Like it's just like I would be on some. Oh, so we cleaning our system.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like let's just get everything out.
Yeah.
And then I would get back to my math because I'm still smoke. But like I never. When I have a problem doing that, then I have a problem. Not saying I don't have a problem with things now that I could be better with, but like I always try to gauge myself based on when I can say stop.
Right.
And it's not always forced. Sometimes it's like, you know what? It's been a long run. Let's give us a break.
Right.
But then there's been other times where it's like we just going to do this, whatever for a cause, a purpose.
Right.
But they hit me up last minute. Please believe I'm cheating for that test. It's just the way of life. It's the way of life. Ain't cheating till you get caught.
True.
But it's been a pleasure talking to you, squad, man.
Likewise, man.
You know what I mean? And we gonna keep kicking it off camera. Y'all don't get all of that.
Indeed. It's
But
just for the camera.
let the people know a couple last words and if they can follow you or whatever have you.
They can always follow me at Get Money Union.
You've been Get Money Union for a minute.
Get
We ain't even
Money
get to get
Union.
into that, but that's cool. We got a part 2 coming.
GETMONEYUNION. Get Money Union.
Right,
Just like it sounds.
right.
Stay positive.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to your goals.
Right.
Talk to God a lot.
Mm.
Don't let anybody on this earth tell you shit besides what your dream is.
You know what? I believe that you don't let anybody on this earth tell you shit. You do what you want. You take in things, but you don't
course.
personalize them.
No, of course
Not in that way.
No.
You know what I mean? And I think
Everything
that
is a
that's.
learning experience.
But I think that's something that we all appreciate you for, especially as far as squad goes. So shout out to squad, shout out to you, man. Salute to
Shout
Pop
out to
Dukes,
Squad.
salute to your brother, your mom, grandpop, and everybody back overseas that
salute to you
I'ma
as well,
meet one
my
day.
guy.
Nah, I appreciate you, bro.
Bringing attention to the masses and
Don't count if you don't drink it.
you know. Yeah, but bringing attention to the masses and continuing to thrive, man. I've seen Ruger in different situations,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of evolution.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Please get your fucking life together and figure out your way to flex. It'll be 2023 already and you wouldn't have had a shot yet.
You hear me?
Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss, yeah. Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss, yeah. Bad bitch, but I'm spoiled. Bad bitch, but I'm loyal. All my bitches is bad asses. All you bitches be boring. Your nigga be all on my top. Your niggas be all in my face. If he ain't cutting them checks, the nigga get out of my face. See, I don't play with you weak bitches. All you bitches got broke habits. Y'all pussy get broke niggas. My pussy get bad habits. Taking flights on a daily basis. Money calls and I get the chases. Ass fat, but them titties right. Just to show you hoes I ain't basic. Pussy wet on the regular. Drip, 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 drip. Dripping money like a Spanish hoe. Sip, 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 sip. Baggy bitches on the regular. Want the sauce in the regular. Checks hitting like escrow. Had the facts like dominoes. Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss, yeah. Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss.
You can tell me what you wanna hear, the bottles, the bitches, the money, the cars, huh? I ain't got it yet. Listen, these lyrics, this how I'm finna flex. I'ma cut the checks, hold on, wait. I'm just warming up, thinking about my kids, thinking figures I can get 6. I'ma get slick like Rick, wait for the days we get rich. I'ma get a yacht painted red, get the crown, wear gold on my head. I'ma cherish every single word I said. Look, you nigga, yeah, I said what I said. I could be the greatest to ever do it. I promise I prove it. Don't ever expect to see we never lose it. Drip too exclusive.
Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss, yeah. Drip, 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 drip. I got the drip, you know that I'm saucy. Got a new bitch, hop on my dick, you know I'm a boss, yeah.